to earlier, so we'd already called the meeting to order. On the agendas, it has the LSIC meeting first, but we'd like to change it around. We know it's a school night. Some of you guys got to get home, maybe get some homework done, or get to bed, eat some late supper, state testing. So we'd like to go ahead and acknowledge our Cake Award winners first and foremost. So Cake Awards is always a big thing. It's catching a kid excelling. And we'd like to showcase our kids that we've caught excelling this year, this month. So whenever your name is called, we have a little something to say about you. Grab a cake pop, grab your certificate.
The certificates and the pencils down there. And then work your way over here to get your treats.
So without further ado, Mr. Lease, would you like to start us?
All right, first up we have Cambridge Elementary, Riker Lloyd, here. Riker has had a fantastic attendance this year with only 2.5 days active. He belongs to the Fort Edwards 4-H Club and participates in many community projects. He recently helped clean the flower beds and planted flowers in front of the school in Cambridge Elementary.
All right, great.
Next up, we have Kennedy Moreland. Is Kennedy Moreland here?
It's right there on our row.
Okay. Kennedy is an outstanding student. She has been consistently attending school this year with only 1.5 absent. Wow, that's pretty good. She is part of the Kindness Club where she participates in kind acts and projects. She is also a member of the Fort Edwards 4-H Club and participates in many community service projects. She recently helped clean up and plant flowers in the flower beds in front of the school. She always has a smile on her face and a kind word for others. Kennedy. What's your favorite flower? What's your favorite flower? You was planting flowers. What was your favorite one? Do you have a favorite one? No?
So she's never just
Okay.
I
was just asking. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Next up, we have Ice Mountain. Birdie Stanley. Birdie here?
Birdie? Yeah, Birdie.
Birdie has worked so hard this year and has learned so much. He is a great listener and displays great manners. He is never hesitant to ask for help when he needs it and always has a great attitude about school. The staff is very proud of him. Next up, we have Bella Taylor. Is Bella here? I think she is.
Oh,
She probably don't know me. I know Mom and Dad, a bunch of the other ones. All right, Bella's always so polite. She's nice and helpful to her friends and teachers. She always tries her best and has a positive attitude regarding her schoolwork. She will make a fabulous first grade student next year. The staff is very proud of you.
Oh, Dad, it's for your sister and my friend.
Oh, that's my turn, isn't it?
Yes.
Your turn now.
I was handing out the good stuff, man. All right, I gotta get out of here if I'm gonna do this. All right, I have South Branch Elementary, and I have Adeline Stokes. Is she here? All right, Adeline was chosen because she is a very hardworking student. She always tries her best. She has made great progress throughout the year. She is a good helper. The teacher never has to ask her to help. She gets the job done. She is very kind to her classmates and is a friend to all. Way to go, Adeline. Next up, I have Braylon Chenoweth. All right. Braylon is a very cooperative student that is always eager to learn. She works well in class and is a very proactive young lady. She is always willing to help others, including the teacher and her peers. She is always prepared for class and all work is very neatly completed. She stays on top of her reading and reaches AR reading goals. She is a pleasure to work with. She will make a wonderful addition to any class.
Good job.
Way to go, Braylon. Next up, we have Riley Timbrook. Okay. Riley is always trying her best to learn and grow, eagerly participates in class, and demonstrates leadership wherever she goes. Her positive attitude is so inspiring. She can turn any day into a good day. She is a joy to have in class, and her willingness to listen and learn will take her to great places. Way to go, Riley.
Okay. Windy Ridge Elementary. Grayson Racy. Grayson arrives at school daily with a can-do attitude. He is a hard worker. He excels in both ELA and math. His handwriting is beautiful and his daily journal is amazing. He has mastered all the high-frequency words and is becoming a strong, independent reader. He strives to make the hive thrive. Way to go, Grayson. Riley Muncie. I see somebody moving over there. Okay.
All right.
Riley is a very hard worker. She has learned a lot this year. She has shown that she's willing to work even when things get difficult. She wants to keep her friends along the way, help her friends along the way. Her determination and kindness are the main reasons that she has been chosen for this award. Good job, Riley. What school did he-
come in? What school did you come from?
South Brand, or no, you were at Romney Middle.
Okay, then we're getting to you.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Sorry, I just got back.
That's fine.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine. We just didn't want to miss nobody.
We're at Cape Bridge Middle right now. Okay, 6th grade, Natalie Charlton. Okay. Good job, here she comes. Natalie consistently demonstrates excellence in and out of the classroom. She's always prepared for class, eager and willing to learn, and takes responsibility for her actions. She treats her peers and staff with kindness and respect and encourages those around her to do their best. Her positive attitude and dedication to learning makes her a role model for others. Keep up the great work, Natalie.
You have a sister or brother with you? Thank you.
All right. Colton Piles.
There he is.
Colton was chosen because he understands that preparedness is more than just having the right supplies. It's about having the right mindset. His focus and responsibility create a positive learning environment for all and result in him being selected by his peers as exemplifying what it looks like to be prepared. He consistently arrives to class ready to learn, always has his materials, completes assignments, and anticipates what is needed. He sets a great example for preparedness. Good job. 8th grade, Sarah Burton. Sarah is always thoughtful to others and prepared to work hard. She prepares to work hard in all subjects. She is very disciplined and focused on her work, but also kind and supportive to others. She is never a disruption. It can't be missed that she is a dedicated Bobcat and who will do great things. Way to be prepared, work hard, and learn. Sarah. All right.
All right, from Romney Middle, 6th grade, Chloe Rexroad. Chloe was chosen because she is cheerful, and exhibits a determined attitude. She always tries to do her best and is kind to classmates and staff alike. She's always willing to lend a hand when someone needs help. All right, also, sixth grade, Lucas Trenum. Right, Lucas is a fantastic student who excels both academically and socially. He is a great friend, always looks out for others, and ensures that everyone feels included. His ability to lead and work well with others makes him a strong teammate in the classroom, fostering a positive and collaborative environment. He stands out as an inventive thinker who isn't afraid to think outside the box, approaching problems with creative solutions. His hard work and dedication are evident in his impressive progress as he achieved 100% growth on his iReady. Awesome. His contributions and positive attitude make him a valuable member of the class. Seventh grade, Baylor Simon. Baylor here. Baylor models what an ideal student should be. He is hardworking and task-oriented. He is attentive and positive. He's a great example of how a seventh grade student should act and carry himself. Eighth grade, Leah Smith. Leah was chosen because she's an outstanding student. She is always helpful, respectful, and polite. She takes on additional responsibilities to help other students and staff, and always asks if there's anything else that she can do to help. She's extremely thoughtful and always prepared for class. She can be counted on to be on task and never complains. She is a great student and a pleasure to have in class.
Mr. Lee, we need you to read back from Cape Bridge Elementary.
Yes.
Mr. Riker.
About Riker Lloyd.
Oh, okay. Riker Lloyd here?
Just came in.
There he comes.
Riker Lloyd. Riker has had fantastic attendance this year with only 2.5 days absence. He belongs to the Fort Edwards 4-H Club and participates in many community projects. He recently helped clean the flower beds. Wow, I'm gonna bring you home with me. You like clean the flower beds. And plant flowers in front of the school.
I get the privilege of addressing the students from Hampshire High School. From our ninth grade, our freshmen, Marcia Mesa Nichols. Mesa was chosen because she has flourished at Hampshire High School. She is a wonderful young lady with a quiet demeanor. She steps up to take responsibility and does a great job at it. She is a manager and the bookkeeper for the basketball team this year, and is also a member of DECA and actively participates in competitions and community projects with DECA. Our sophomore, Bryson Cavey. Mr. Cavey.
Or is it Cavey?
Cavey, I'm sorry, Cavey. Bryson was chosen because he is a polite and friendly young man. He always has a smile on his face and gives a friendly hello. He is a loyal friend and is willing to help out around the school. He is a member of the baseball team where he is also plays first base for the junior varsity team. Next will be Matthew Medina. Matthew? Matthew was chosen because he is a star student. He is a very humble young man with the sweetest personality. He is a member of the basketball team and the yearbook staff. He announces the moment of silence every day and leads the Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone who meets him thinks he is a great person. rounding out this year, this month, is our senior, Miss Natalie Sines. Natalie was chosen because she is simply a star student. She is an honor student that participates in many activities around the school. She is a member of the National Honor Society, FFA, soccer, basketball, and softball teams. She will be a completer in multiple programs this year, but most importantly, she's polite and kind. If I could just say, noticing one thing, all the young ladies in elementary schools, was there like a memo went out? Everybody was dressed up in the most prettiest little dresses, and, you know, that was awesome. But, we would definitely like all our cake award winners to come on up. We need to let mom and dad get some pictures.
We need you to make us look good.
And then, yeah, come on up, because we want to make you famous in the review.
Here we go again, Kathy. I figured we got it returned. Instead of trying to crowd back.
So we're waiting for them to land.
Going down the middle.
I'm gonna jump around here and think it's automatically.
What's that?
That's not my chance to look good.
I'm gonna try to balance things out.
I'm up right here.
Are we too wide?
Wait a minute, can we put the
Andy?
little ones up in the front?
Are we too wide, Andy? Alright. Move in a little bit. Is that better?
A lot of them.
Still lots of cameras up. Keep smiling, guys. Give your neighbor rabbit ears.
Wait a minute, you earned the hard times, I think.
You got it. Over to you. One more.
You got a couple more.
Very good.
All right. Thank you very much. I want one. If anybody got an angry dad or hungry Everybody's more than welcome to stay for an LSIC meeting. If you like it, if not, I understand.
Take one for her. This is for Mother's Day. Take a cake pocket and pushed into her.
Wow.
Either that or Martin, I guess you'll find out.
Hey guys, we need to talk. I'll reach out to Miss Nutt if there's anything she needs for from the state. Ovens, mixer, chopped pans. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Hi, how are you? Just fine. Yeah. Wow. I like your jumper, young lady.
I got tired of the pizza, and I just had to get out and
It's a little warm, isn't it? A little toasty. It's all hot air in here. Or kick the door open. Or somebody want to kick the door open? Can we open up?
Can we pop it open?
Yeah, we probably pop it open.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you so much for allowing us to do Cake Awards first. But you want everybody fresh when they come tomorrow. You want everybody fresh for tomorrow.
All right, we're going back.
I know.
Back up to local school improvement council.
Yep. Yep.
Mrs. Wolford, you are.
You're on.
You probably brought my purse out here, but it's like the size of a bowling bag.
Or I'm thinking the wet mop sign, the wet floor sign maybe. Go show them that teacher magic, how we prop doors.
When you're not supposed to. Okay.
Put that back in there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Okay, so here we are. We're on LSIC.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
I highlighted it. Yeah. Some of the questions, yeah.
All right, I'm Casey Wolford, I'm a principal at Ice Mountain. Starting with data. I've provided it online and in your pamphlets, different than what you see here. I find that this is a little bit easier to understand what we have, it's more visual. Consistently last year for our WBSGA, we did very well. Here's third grade, just want to go through. In third grade, we were highest as far as exceeding and meeting. We held our own there. And I apologize, I'm not a great speaker.
It's okay. Just, we're little kids.
Just kind of point there. Oh, okay, sorry. It went back to congratulations. Well, you have it in your books, and then fourth grade, we did really well also, if you look at the data. But then fifth grade, we did not, but also last year for fifth grade, there were 2 long-term subs, so that had uncertified substitutes, so that definitely had an impact. Yes, so yeah. You want me to just keep going? Okay. And then if we go to ELA, you'll see very similar results for third and fourth as you did with the math. You did very well, and then again, issues with our fifth grade. There's a certified teacher in there now, so we don't expect to have that issue, and the data that we've had so far this year, which we'll talk about later as we go on, proves that we are over that hump. And then, well, where is this movie right now? Yeah, that's not until later in the meeting. I apologize.
Sorry, we wanted to show you, for the iReady, our third through fifth grade have completed their iReady because we have them take it in April so that they're not going to state testing and the iReady at the same time. So we don't have our K-2 for the end of the year to show you yet because they're just getting started. but we wanted to show you the progress that our 3rd through 5th graders have made this year. So I'm just gonna change to the screen share. Maybe? This one doesn't.
Pretty sure, yes, it is on the end.
Here it is. I found it. Sorry. I didn't want to do it before we started because I didn't want to mess up what Adam has already found. So you're also getting a demonstration in the technology, and this is one way that in the classroom, when the students are doing projects or whatever on their Chromebooks, then when they go to do a classroom presentation, they have the same feature, the screen share, and so then they can project what they have on their Chromebook onto the classroom Promethean board that then they can do their presentation, which we have used this several times, and our 3rd graders this year in Mrs. Cunningham's class were learning how to do this kind of project, and a couple of the 2nd graders, they've done projects as well, and they did their first presentations were on poster, and then now they're working on doing a presentation on state, and some of them are learning how to do PowerPoint, so they're excited about that learning. So this is our 3rd through 5th grade iReady diagnostic for the year, and it's showing where we were in the fall and where we were now in the spring. So this lower line, you can see the green. This is where our students 3rd through 5th grade were in the fall, and you can see our progress now for the 3rd diagnostic in April. And note at the time that they took this, they still have 3 to 4 weeks of instruction, so their learning wasn't done at this point. And pray for us, because we're starting our state testing tomorrow. Keep our kiddos in prayer and our technology that everything works, nothing pops up. And also, I mean, we just punt if it does happen. So this is our math for the year, which we're very excited about. The iReady breaks it down into 4 domains: numbers and operations, algebra and algebraic thinking, measurement data, and geometry. And you can see that in every domain, our students from the beginning of the year to now have really made great gains. The thing that excites me is the dark green with the diagonal lines.
Mm-hmm.
That means that the student is above. The green is that they're at grade level. The green with the slashes is they're actually above grade level as measured according to iReady. And so there's also some data that she's going to share with you, a chart for their projected proficiency. And this is one of the charts that we can get through iReady. Based on how our students performed on the end of the year diagnostic, iReady gives us a projection of how many of these kiddos they project are going to be at mastery or above on the state test. So that's something we look at too. It's not always exactly, but it's usually a pretty good indicator for us to know where we're headed as we go into state testing. So down below, you can see individual classes, and this was also part of the reason why we did not have Adam show it on the screen, because there's names attached, so we didn't know if that was appropriate. So, and it shows you each of the classes. This is one of our 3rd grade classrooms. The beginning of the year, didn't have any students on grade level, and now she's got, I believe, 37% of the students are at or above grade level, which we feel is a great gain from where we started getting here with 0 and class. This is the other 3rd grade class. This is part of the split class. You can see we did have some green and some yellow. We didn't have any reds, but look at how our green has grown and how the yellow has shrunk. The yellow is 1 grade level behind. And then the other thing that if you're interested in specifics, I can show you that this is actually new students that came to us. They haven't been here all the way through to have the experience of our kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade teachers. They came to us from different counties. Then 4th grade, this one is an actual self-contained, which is 1 child. This is our classroom, which has jumped from 26 to 28 all year long. it's been a very full classroom. But at the beginning of the year, we had a very small population, just over 20% that were on grade level to start the year, and now we're up above 50% that are on or above grade level. So we feel like these are huge gains. And Mrs. Wolford and I have talked a lot about, you know, if a child is coming to you 2 grade levels below, it's usually hard to get them on grade level by the end, but we have some, and we can show you the data room afterwards if anybody wants to see it, where we have they're beginning to, and you can see that we have some reds up in the green now.
Wow.
And, which is huge, but we also talked about our goal is to make sure that each of our kids, no matter where they start, are making at least a year's worth of growth in this year. Our goal is to have them grow further, of course, but our minimum goal is that they grow at least a year. And then our 5th grade, you know, they've done tremendously, and math is her forte, and it shows every single year. They came to her, estimated right about 30%, and now she's, you know, up over 60%, almost 70% at or above grade level. So anyway, that's kudos to her. So that's the math, our 3rd through 5th grade, and then I'll show you our ELA, and we're expecting a lot of the same leaps in our lower grades as well. If you come back in 2 weeks, I can show you that. So this is our ELA, beginning to end for our 3rd through 5th grade. So you can see, beginning of the year, we had 30% that were at or above grade level, and now we're up over 60% of our 3rd through 5th graders are at or above grade level. And I also would like to point out that our reds, which are students that are 2 or more grade levels below their assigned grade level, that has shrunk considerably. In the beginning of the year, it was 29%, now it's down to 12%.
Wow.
So, which, you know, is really exciting to us, that our teachers and our students have made those kind of gains. So in the 3rd through 5th grade, phonological awareness is more a kindergarten 1st grade skill. So iReady doesn't even test those kids on that skill unless they're really low. So this one is that one self-contained student. And then with the phonics, and you can see the upper grades, we would expect them to be most of the kids that are on grade level for phonics and high frequency words, because that's the focus of K1 and 2. And as you can see at the beginning of the year, we had most of them there, and then here at the end of the year, you know, we've gained in that too. We did have a little bit of a drop in high frequency words, but again, I can show you that that's not our kids that have been here all along. Those are our students that have moved in from somewhere else. Vocabulary, you can see the gains. Comprehension, literature, and informational. Vocabulary and comprehension and fluency is where more of the emphasis is with 3rd through 5th grade. And so you can see our huge gains in those areas. Growing those kids on level, decreasing those kids that are 2 or more grade levels below. Then looking at individual classroom or individual grade levels, again, you can see here we were at the beginning of the year, here we are now. This is our split class. So even those couple of kids that started here and were below grade level are now on grade level in the reading. This is our other 3rd grade, and they've done made tremendous gains as well. They're up over 50% of the class on grade level. Our 4th grade classroom, that really big classroom, you know, they've made huge gains. And we had lots of conversations around their ELA and the things that the classroom teacher has done to grow the kids in their comprehension knowledge. And then 5th grade has some really tremendous gains as well. Do you guys have any questions on the iReady? Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. It's just amazing how one student can skew the numbers.
Well, especially in that split class because the numbers are so small.
Yeah.
I mean, she has a full class, but there's like 8 in one grade and 9 in the other. And that's changed some too. All right. So now it should go back to, you're on, buddy.
And I have you go forward, we're still at that. All right, we're doing some things to increase our student achievement. We've had a few things on campus to trying to get parents involved, because the more parents are working with their students at home, the more growth, because the students see that it's valuable. Just last week, we had a fishing rodeo. Ms. Staley was planning on having, that we'd get about 30 people, 30 families. We ended up with 87. So she had to kind of step back and reevaluate and have enough things.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because it's
That's
not
huge
brought
for a
forward.
title order.
That's awesome.
And we've also had the Dr. Seuss, and that's what the picture is here. I've done this before we had our fishing rodeo, so I don't have any pictures of that. She has a Lego club, which helps with our attendance, but it also talks about building things and math, and she ties it in, and all the kids are always super excited every year when she's gonna start the club. She didn't get it started this year until later, waiting for the move, because she's got a lot of Legos. We also have our PSPs that break into small groups with the students. That's our data wall, where you can see visually each student is accounted for there, and we can see if they're moving up or down, and how kind of track them to kind of help and benefit them more. Go to the next one.
We also use that after each benchmark, when we have our discussions, that then we formulate our small group interventions based on where they are in our ready, and what the teachers are seeing in the classroom.
For attendance, our overall attendance rate was 94.043. Last year, and 12.807 for our chronically absent. We stayed a little higher, just rose up just a few points, or a few tenths there. But we're second highest in the county last principal meeting we had. And then for chronically absent students, we brought that down almost 2 points, and we're the lowest absence rate.
That for an
Yay,
elementary school
that's
is
great.
commendable.
Good job. Way to
That's
go.
fantastic.
If you go to the next page, oh, sorry, I missed it. Can you go to the next one? Oh, I forwarded the one that was, it didn't save it correctly. So if you go into your books, I'm sorry, there's just some pictures there, some of the attendance things that we've done. Kind of right next to there, we do good things happen when you come to school, and that's anything from popsicles, Miss Meg brought her dog in one day just to come and visit with the classes, and it's not announced ahead of time. So then, kids.
Surprise.
It's whoever's here gets the reward, because good things happen when you come to school.
Exactly.
Well, and you don't want anybody to just say, I'm just gonna come to school when there's,
Right.
good things. Some of the things that we're doing for student attendance, letters sent home after 3 and 5 days, conferences with parents, SAT team referrals for chronic attendance issues. We're gonna have end of the year attendance awards, and a lot of it capturing kids' hearts and building that culture where you have that relationship with the student, to see if there's something they need, or if they're having a bad day, and that goes for parents as well. I've had parents come in to tell me things that are happening within the family, just to kind of support the student extra, but sometimes the parents need it too. Homerooms are used to support students with makeup or missing work, and then we utilize parent conferences to keep parents and staff on the same page as far as where we're going. We're doing referrals for communities and schools, and then as far as strategies for staff attendance, we support each other with classroom coverage, and then trying to show appreciation with snacks and goodies. And there's a Yeti news that I put out every week, just to kind of keep everybody on the same page of what we have coming up, because especially now in the year, there's always a time, but everybody going the same direction is really important. All right, our strategic plan and goals. For this year, to meet or exceed WGSA by 2.5% in growth in math, and the same thing for English, it is by 2%. looking at where we are with the data from iReady, which is kind of the only thing I can gauge right now for where we are because we are testing this week and next week. We're on track. Looking for math, we have 60% of students at or above grade level in iReady. Last year we were 58%. For English language arts, we have 74%, and last year we were at 71% at this point. How we're meeting our goals, we have tutoring offered, we've done SREB training, the data wall really helps us to gauge our students and where they are. Our academic coach, this neck here, has been invaluable, not just to the teachers, but to me as well, to work with the teachers, our new ones and some of our old, just to support them and help them. 3 staff members are in the first cohort for letters training to improve reading instruction. PLCs, we meet every 2 weeks. Classroom instruction is monitored and evaluated through walkthroughs. We have 4 targeted supplemental and intensive instruction provided by our Title I Special Ed and PSPs. The small groups get our at-risk students and help to get the results that we saw up there where we have some classes that aren't even in writing anymore. We have literacy centers occurring in every classroom as well as grouping on skill level. We use differentiation strategies that we discussed during PLCs. And every diagnostic assessment, we come back together to reevaluate everything. And then as far as attendance, our other goal for that was to reduce our chronic absence by 5%. As I told you, we did not. We only came down 2%. So we made progress, but not the progress that was the goal. All right, student celebrations. You have some pictures, and sorry that they're not on our board here. We had over 80 families attend the Title I Fishing Rodeo, which ended up being 150 plus people here. Clothing closet has been created to meet the needs of our students. If you see that on the second page there, and that's been a really important thing. We're also working on building a library for our collaborative areas. We've gotten a ton of donations of books, so now we're just getting it all set up. One of my goals this year has been getting books into the hands of students for their own personal libraries. 543 books were sent home 2 weeks ago from a program that we did called Books Are Fun, and those weren't books that the students had to pay for. So that was a neat thing. We also had 2 authors that have come with a collaboration with Wordplay. They come and they bring the authors to read their book and discuss how they became an author and what interests them. Even an illustrator has come once. And Wordplay has been great. They donate books every time they come as well. A group of 3rd through 5th girls participated in Girls on the Run. It was building confidence and positivity. We've had 3 Grow Your Own students working with teachers here and working towards getting their teaching degree. We also next year slated to have the first Grow Your Own come back and be doing student teaching here, and so very excited about that. Students explore careers with Career Day Wax Museum. We had 2 students go to state for the West Virginia Social Studies Fair, and they took 2nd.
Yay.
Our communities and schools, counseling and administration, we had the 3 of us completed the family engagement course provided by Adventure to kind of help us see what families need in the area and help us work on that. And our number 1 future goal is to move the playground over here, and then we've also been given a grant by Mr. Snyder towards building an outside learning environment. So that's our biggest goal next year, is getting everything over here and
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
Paul, you want to just take a minute? I know Mrs. Powell, but this lady right here is part of your team? No? Are
She's
you
just a
part of
very
it?
concerned, a very involved parent.
All right, I didn't know if you were part of the LSIC. All right. All right.
Ms. Wolford, thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you.
And it gets easier. It does. It gets easier.
This has been from here, I will say that.
It's okay. Yeah. You've had definitely a lot on your plate. Move, new school. You've done a good job.
All right, back up. Highlights, Mrs. Lips and Mrs. Stumps and I visited first. We visited Capon Bridge Middle School, and we're happy to announce that Amber Hibbert at Capon Bridge Middle School, 8th grade math teacher, is the Teacher of the Year for 2025-26. Then we made the journey clear back across county to South Branch Elementary, and we recognized Patricia Price as the Service Person of the Year for 25-26. They are not here because we recognize them today, but they will be joining us when we do the end of the year celebration, where we do recognize them as Service Person and Teacher of the Year with the annual, with their plaques and the other gifts that our business partner, the Bank of Romney, supports the program.
All right, cool.
Great people.
We've concluded the case. So, at this point, I would recommend the board members approve the April 28, 2025 Board of Education minutes.
Have we all had the opportunity to look over it? Is there any discussion?
No.
I'll make the motion that we approve the April 28, 2025 Board of Education minutes.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Informational items, we just had one. We have a copy of a letter from the State Auditor's Office approving the schedule of proposed levy rates for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2025 that the board did also approve. Under the consent agenda, I would recommend the board approve the financial items, bills to be paid, budget revisions, the transfer and the treasurer's report. Under personnel, several more. We just have one transfer there of Mrs. Lips going from grade 3 to grade 2 at South Branch. A resignation of Mrs. Landis as grade 3 at South Branch, and the retirement of Mrs. Brill, announced her retirement today as the kindergarten teacher at Capon Bridge Elementary School. Transfers, and we just have a couple transfers from aide positions. Couple substitutes, resignation of an aide here at Ice Mountain, and the retirement of Stephen Burkett as the chief mechanic for Hampshire County Schools. And then we just have a couple employment recommendations for coaching positions, resignation of Mr. Kecky as assistant, and then on the others, just the approve the memorandum of understanding so that that just allows people to do student teaching and clinical observations in the school, and permission to post for the extended year teacher and extended year speech services, and permission to post for a countywide academic coach. And we have one volunteer tonight.
Do we have any further discussion on the consent agenda?
And Mrs. Slocum said, please note to inform you that she ran the advertising 2 times, so she is ready to start posting the long-term subs so that those people that typically work for us don't get away into other counties, so that we can start securing them.
On the first one there, AJ, that special education compliance specialist, what is that?
Well, I was just gonna ask if we could go to executive session so we could discuss things.
Okay. Well, I was just asking. Okay.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we go to executive session to discuss personnel.
Considering I just come from a training, I believe that we have to make sure, we have to do our due diligence. If we're discussing names, then we need to go to executive session. If we're just discussing a position, I believe not. We need to
That
be
was
in open.
discussed in the law, in the
Oh, okay.
interpretation of the
Yeah.
law.
All right then, well,
It's
Here we
just
go.
I ain't
a,
mentioning no name. but
No.
there's
it's,
no
we
name.
are, we already have, we have a compliance, was part of the, special education when we were in a state of emergency that we had to do, so we have money to hire an elementary one. So we'll have a high school one working with secondary, and then one will help with the elementary to support
okay,
the
and what
elementary.
happens when the money runs out?
The position goes away.
So
So we're making a position.
this is just like for a year?
Right now, yes. I mean, it's in place. We'll hire someone, but when the money runs out, it goes away. When we
Okay,
have certain
because-
pockets of money that we can use.
Well, my only concern is if we're hiring one for an elementary, we're going around to the schools and telling them, you gotta shut off the lights and watch your money and don't order anything, but we're gonna put another position in. And it's in the board office, it's not in a classroom.
It's to go out into schools and work with schools.
Well,
And again, we
I don't like it.
have certain pockets of money
Just
we say
saying.
we can't have here, but we have other pockets of money can only be spent in certain areas.
well, I know that, but still, I know how some of these positions can become long-term ones and, somehow get melted in with everything else, and I don't wanna see that happen. Not if we're cutting positions in schools and we're doubling people up to save money. We don't need to be hiring more people to go in the central office. Just my opinion.
I can understand that. I just wonder, was
Thank you.
the special education compliance specialist that we had, well, I believe it's Miss Shane, isn't it? Miss Shane, was she not instrumental in getting us off of the state list?
She was, but we're off the state list.
So is
And-
this part
and-
of the contingency to stay off?
I don't care, I just know how it's until the money runs out.
Right.
And then after the money runs out, somehow we always find money for it.
Okay.
That's what bothers me. And I don't wanna put a position in there that's gonna take a position away from a classroom.
I'm concerned myself that it's a backdoor way of introducing a new position into the
Yep.
central office when we need, our
We need it
finances
in the
need to go
classroom.
to our schools.
We're worried about our grades, we're worried about absenteeism, we're worried about all this other stuff. Well, we need to be worried about the kids,
And I understand
and I get it.
that we had somebody that helped us get out of a position, but at some point in time, you've got to hold the people that are in that position as the director, hold their feet to the fire that they're doing their job.
And she's got one compliance person in there already. Do we still have the IEP reader? Do we still have the person that goes around looking at the IEPs to make sure they're
That
okay?
is this compliance.
That's the compliance? Well, do we have so much that it takes two?
Elementary and secondary.
Well, why haven't we heard about it until now? If it's that important, why haven't we heard about it until now? Right now, and it's on this agenda. We weren't told about it at the last meeting. It wasn't brought up. And I think it's a backdoor way to slip a position into central office.
You have your right to pull it.
So I won't vote for that. I'll tell you that right
Well, let me
now.
ask you, I don't wanna put the horse before the cart.
I need more information.
I would say, let's pull that position, and then let's get Ms. Slocum or Ms. Billmeyer in here and justify.
And
Give us
Denise, and Denise, I want to
Okay.
know the money.
Okay. To be able to justify the validity and the sustainability of this position.
For 1 year, or until the money runs out.
Yeah, first of all, I think we need to find out what this funding stream is, and what is the longevity of that stream.
Yeah, well, you and I both have heard the gossip, and
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna get into gossip,
I'm
but
not gonna get into gossip
let's
either,
find
but
out
still.
cold hard facts.
Okay, well,
So-
hard facts, but right now, I'm not voting for it.
Okay,
Just want
well,
facts.
let's go ahead and pull, let's pull HH and we'll put that on next meeting's agenda, and if we could get an explanation of that position from the aforementioned three ladies, Ms. Slocum, Ms. Hott, and Ms. Fillmore. Okay? Do we have any further discussion upon personnel? Hearing none, I may entertain a motion to approve the amended consent agenda items.
I'll make the motion that we approve the amended agenda items.
Okay?
I'll second the amended consent
All right.
agenda items.
All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Any
Yes.
opposed? Motion passed. Easy peasy.
Okay, others. Just a reminder of the ribbon cutting ceremony on the 13th and 14th, that we will be at Ice Mountain on the 13th at 12:30. And then on the 14th, we will be at South Branch at 9:30, and then at Windy Ridge at 12:30.
Could you repeat those times, please?
12:30 on the 13th at Ice
Ice
Mountain.
Mountain, and 9:30 and 12:30 on the 14th, 9:30 at South Branch, and 12:30 at Windy Ridge.
Thank you.
If, I don't want to interrupt it, but I do have a question about upcoming board meetings. Okay.
Actually, hold that thought.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe we're on the same page, maybe?
It might be, yeah,
Okay, we'll see.
yeah.
You guys have retirement function down there.
Yeah,
No.
that's it on
When is the retirement?
12th. 4 to
27th.
the 27th.
Before South Branch, we changed the meeting to South Branch,
27th.
one day.
Okay, so the
Okay, so-
27th is moved to the 28th for our board meeting, right?
Because Mrs. Slocum had already scheduled the retirement, and that was, we have Mrs. Nesbitt
Locked in for that.
locked in, and that was in her schedule, that was,
Okay, and that's up
Okay,
at
so-
the high school
it's a dice.
cafeteria? At what time?
Mrs. Slocum sent an email out, because I saw it today,
I didn't see a time.
I think it's
I
6
didn't see a
p.m.
time.
6 p.m.
Okay, thank you. I was asked if I had any open days in May, and I'm getting to the point I'm gonna say no.
May's pretty busy.
Okay, could I ask, could we entertain because there's, looking at, I know that June, May is incredibly busy for everybody, but in June, it's been brought to my attention, just the way that things are structured, we need to have a meeting about every 2 weeks to be able to pay bills.
Not only that, I'm wondering, my question is, we have quite a few cans that we have kicked down the road.
Absolutely. And
Yes.
that's-
And
yeah.
I'm wanting to, the ones that we can
Now we need to
pick
talk
up and
about-
toss away, let's get them out of the way.
Well, what if we were to have,
Yeah, before we
But-
start next year.
yeah,
Yes.
let's go, could we, would it work if we were to have a work session, let's say on the 9th? George, you'll be back in town?
I'd be back by the 9th.
How's the 9th work for everybody? Mr. Ponciano? I know that you've got plans around the 13th.
What
I
time
don't
are
want
we
to
at
interfere with
this
those.
appointment that morning?
How's the 9th look? That's just,
June,
The
right?
9th of
June, correct.
Oh, okay, good.
It's a work meeting.
how's that look for you? That'd be all right?
The 9th.
And can we do a work session? How's, I'm early bird, 7 o'clock. How's, 9 o'clock for everybody?
Yep.
That'd be all right?
9 o'clock on the 9th.
9 o'clock on the 9th.
9 a.m.
9 a.m., 9 at 9. And then, Ms. Shirley, I'd like to get on with you on some of the, I would like to discuss some of the new legislation that went through. And then, yeah, and continue to talk a little bit about the assets, liquidation of assets.
When we do the work session, that's in Augusta, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Was there any other?
Nope.
Anybody else had? I had a little bit. I got to go down to, I went down oh boy, down to, yeah, that place, Stonewall, for the legislative act, and I have, I want to forward everyone a copy of the massive PowerPoint.
I've got it.
Yeah, the massive PowerPoint that we all went through. Folks, there's a lot of changes, and the site of education is going to change just with one fell swoop of the pen in Charleston. Some of the things will be good. Some of, everybody fears change is bad because what we're going to lose. There's a much more robust directive about cell phones. There's some stuff in there that just gets very political. I think very politically charged that I'm personally not a fan of. Like we're in the business of educating people. We're not drawing party lines. But I will not fight that fight.
The problem that I saw in at least one major issue and maybe others is, to the legislature putting the criteria down on us, but I don't
There's no
see
fiscal note.
I don't see any finances
There's no
with
money.
it.
There's no fiscal
Right,
note.
There's no money attached
How are we
to it.
supposed to do this, especially the one about the counselors?
They've done it for years though. They
So
do it all the time.
that's, that I think will, and I believe there's superintendent training. I know there's more trainings coming, but that's something that we're going to definitely need to gear ourselves up in. I think in the months to come, well, we're going to have to really revisit a lot of policy. Just,
I guess
And
we're
I'm
gonna
not-
start printing money.
I'm not trying to, even though he shoved his sign off the door, or off the table a little while ago, is that something that our new superintendent will also be going to? The superintendent training, since it's for upcoming year?
I believe he was, wasn't he?
Well, he could start, he'll start training after July 1.
I know, when is your training for superintendent, new superintendents? Your training meeting with
Next week,
Bowles
isn't
and
it?
Rice?
I don't know, it's in May.
Okay. I don't know, in his current position, it'd be nice if he was up to speed.
Yeah. Well, and that was one thing that Mr. Collette shared with us. He still is employed by Upshur County. And that's a fine line.
Yeah.
He can't be double dipping.
No, I was kind of hoping maybe he would get an invite.
And just personal opinion, I would much rather have Mr. Ponciano help us through. He's not steered us wrong in legislative, and it's murky waters, guys. It was pretty intimidating looking at
sure.
it. The sale at Springfield Green Spring was a sale.
A lot of items and they're very cheap.
Yeah. Maybe we need to come up with if somebody has a
Every time we
better,
have something, we
robust idea.
review it and try something different.
Sometimes though, I understand, but sometimes I've had yard sales where people will, I don't do yard sales anymore, it's too much work. But I've had stuff where I set up with other people and they want high dollar for everything, and all my stuff goes because I was going for 50 cents and $1. And theirs was 5 and 10, and it was, they say, how did you get rid of all your stuff? Well, there's a reason.
Yeah.
There was one thing, Mr. Ponciano, within these schools, and I so apologize, I didn't get to thank ProStart. I always like to thank ProStart for everything they do.
Oh my
with the
gosh,
cake
yes.
pops every time. Is there anything, has Miss Nesbitt pretty well been given, I would think that we should just give her free reign. She can go through any of those kitchens if there's something that she wants. Has she ever expressed an interest in anything in those kitchens?
But she has and typically what we do is, I typically, over the years, have asked her and she's expressed maybe a small item or something.
Okay.
When that's her program. So last year, we went ahead and did something that would cover last year and this year.
Okay. I can't thank them and hear a lot of great things about it. Also, and I'm just doing a lot of chattering, I had the privilege today, and I know Ms. Jeffries, you're going in, of doing interviews with the seniors. That was eye-opening. I think we had 12 seniors, and we had 7 of them attend. And for anybody, I dare anybody that says, oh, our future is terrible, our kids are blah, blah, blah. We interviewed 7 superstars. There's kids in there they're working on a paid apprenticeship at Caterpillar. There's a kid that wants to be a flight flight nurse, flight paramedic, already working on their EMT right now in high school, doing college classes. Three kids want to be engineers, civil engineers, electrical engineers.
Cool.
Had one kid, it was interesting, they wanted to start either a cattle farm with Highland cattle or be a civil engineer. Okay, stars aligning.
Well, first you become the engineer and then you start to cut the farm.
But well-spoken, we had some students in there that were so well-spoken, composure, some of them had the fidgets. But mind you, this was the first time, just did wonderfully.
Heck, I still
It was really a real treat. So, I can't think of anything else. I can't say enough good things.
Prom was this past weekend. The
Yeah, how was
pictures were
prom?
beautiful. Oh my God, they were beautiful.
I didn't see any board members out there cutting a rug. That was a good thing.
It was definitely a good thing. I don't break a hip.
Was our superintendent cutting a rug?
What's that?
Was our superintendent cutting a rug?
Did you?
I did not make it.
Oh, didn't you?
By the time I got home, I
Crashed.
laid down and fell asleep, and
Oh, honey. By the
I
time my
received a
baby
phone
died-
call that we were getting guests. Can we come to spend the night? So we had, about 7:30, had four little show up. And didn't go home till 7 o'clock Sunday night.
Oh
Oh
my.
my, I love it.
I'm sure
So
everyone
you're
got a
still
copy of the email that I sent out to the high school about our Empowering Trojan Award.
yeah.
I'm gonna reach out this week and
I didn't
hopefully,
get that copy.
okay,
Did-
I'll resend it to you then.
Okay, I'll double, when did you send it?
Last week.
Oh,
Thursday.
no, I didn't send,
Maybe.
get it then.
It might have been
Wednesday,
Thursday.
Thursday,
Yeah, it went to
something.
Thursday. But they're gonna reach back out and see where we're at from there. And I have neglected, I have not, spoke with the mayor yet. That's one thing that's on my to-do list. But you said you were gonna reach out to the one gentleman, Mr. Snyder. I felt it was pertinent to reach out to him first and then get a little better understanding. To see where we can go with the color school, where maybe we can get rid of that camp. So,
Check with historical landmarks.
yep, so, do we have any information or any good for the order? I definitely appreciate everybody coming out. I hereby adjourn this meeting at 7:30.
Hallelujah. I'm sorry, you've been here a long time.
It's hard.